In this lesson, we are now starting our chain rule with our derivatives. This is the derivative of a composite function. So here, like for example, we're talking about a function inside of a function. So like here, you'll notice our examples that we'll be looking at. But the rule for the chain rule is you take the derivative of the outside function, which is the f of x, and take the derivative. And now notice it's not just f of x, right? It's the derivative of f of g of x. Then multiply that by the derivative inside. So the derivative of g of x. So we're going to take the derivative of the outside function, multiply by the derivative of the inside function. So like here, for example, notice how that 1a represents a composite function because we're used to just saying x to the fifth. Notice how it's not just x, it's a whole function, 3x. So we are going to first take the derivative of the outside function, which is raising this to the fifth power, like x to the fifth. And just like before, we would use our power rule and subtract 1. So this is, now before, this would be 5x to the fourth. Our x is 3x. So this is 5 times 3x to the fourth. Then times, now we take the derivative of our inside function, which is 3 of x. So here the derivative is 3. So again, our f function, our f here is the 3x to the fifth power, right? That was our f of x function. The g of x function is the inside, which is 3x, taking the derivative. Now notice we can multiply. Here we end up with 15 times 3x to the fourth power. So this is the derivative using chain rule. So like here, notice how our function, our original f of x function is like the square root of x, because what is x? What is our g of x function? E of x. So we have to first find the derivative of our f of x function, the outside function, which is the square root. So remember here, this is like saying to the 1/2 power. Bring down, subtract 1. So this is 1/2. Then keep in mind, right, this is not just x, but e to the x. It's being raised to the negative 1/2 power after taking and subtracting 1. Then times the derivative of our inside function, which is just e of x. Now again, rewrite this. This is 1/2 times radical e to the x, because again, this is to the negative 1/2 power times e to the x. This is our chain rule here. Let's do the next one. Here, what is the outside function? If we were to consider our f, that is like saying x to the fourth power. Because then what is x? What is our g function here? X squared minus 5. That is what's being raised to the fourth power. So now we're going to go ahead and apply our product rule, right? Bring down, subtract 1. So this is 4, but not x. Our x is x squared minus 5 to the third power from subtracting 1. Then times, what is the derivative of our inside g of x function? 2x. Then notice here, 4 times 2x is 8x times x squared minus 5 to the third power. So here, we'll do one more. So again, identify, right? What is the outside function? What is the f of x? We're natural log, the natural log of x. But remember, right? It's not just x. What is the function g in the place of x? X to the third. So our outside function times inside function derivative. Here we go. So what is the derivative of natural log of x? 1/, but not just x now, right? Because our x is x to the third. Then times the derivative of g of x. So again, power 3, and so, oops, sorry, subtract 1. So our derivative here of x to the third is 3x squared. That is our derivative. So here, go ahead and try these 3 u-tries on your own. And here we go. Let's make sure we identify here the outside function is the square root of x, because what is x in this case? The inside, 4x minus 3. So here we have, remember, this is to the 1/2 power, bring down. So this is 1 over 2 times square root of not just x, 4x minus 3. Then times the derivative of our inside function, g of x, which is just 4. Now, if you wanted to rewrite this, then this is 4 over 2 radical 4x minus 3. And then for those who even took it a step further, 4 divided by 2, which is 2, times radical 4x minus 3. So then here, our outside f of x function is e to the x, because what is our function inside in the place of our x? 3x. So here we go. Derivative of e to the x, well, it's just e to the, but remember, not just x, right? E to the 3x. Then times the derivative of our inside function, which is just 3. Now, if you wanted to, you can move this so it's 3e, or 3 times e to the 3x power. Now here, your outside function, your f of x is x to the third. Our inside here, what is inside? Our g of x function that's being raised, 4x squared plus 2x. So here we go. Derivative of the outside function is bring down, subtract 1. So here I've got 3, but not x. 4x squared plus 2x is now raised to the second power. Then times the g of x function, which is 8x plus 2, from again, our power rule.